And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Factorio Space Age. We're in the process of getting away from these, basically. We're upgrading as much as we can to the new fangled foundry setups. So as they clear up, we're gonna swap over to not having them anymore. And not having any of the old electric furnaces anymore, if we can. So one of the things we can be looking at is how goes space. Oh, this is not working right. Oops. That wasn't what I meant to hit. You're backed up with carbonic. You're backed up with carbonic. Interesting. How do I want to fix this? I'll just tell clear that spot. Okay, let's fix it temporarily. See how long that holds. Yeah, problems we had with the carbonic here are what's delaying everything over there. Preparing to rearm, send this out to do more shipping. Honestly, would not necessarily be surprised if this is ready to start flying places. Let's actually have you do a test flight out to Vulcanus. No, test flight out to Gleba. Doesn't go very fast, but it goes. And there is actually pretty engine efficient. Over here on Novice. So I can continue to redesign these. Swap that out for that. Swap this out for pipes. Engines are special, but okay. Okay, so we finished emptying those furnaces. Yep, I look at gears going. Not that we necessarily need gears right away, but after we clear out the copper, we can do the same with the copper. What's the... was it really 3? Oh, because this is running on the second, okay. Yeah, so it would be 2 of those. Could do the same over here, which then means we can start clearing this up. Arguably that one as well. there's a... pick that one up, because we're going to start clearing this out so we can swap over... well, everything, I suppose. That comes... oh, the red just comes through. Pull that one. So that's that line that we don't need anymore. That one. Want the gears and the belts to stop. So we can unplug that one. And that one, really? We're going that far for all that? Looks like it, okay. Okay. Plug that one as well. Okay, we do have a decent amount of calcite backed up, so that means we're actually simply awaiting demand. Okay, if we're going to swap this over to be like this, let's go ahead and stop feeding it more inputs. And same here, we're going to stop feeding this inputs. So it empties out. So we have space for the assembly. Stuff being damaged. Okay, so you can't safely go places. So, about face, go back to novice. And we'll just deal with whatever the damage is when you get back to novice. Well, with the new improved engines, it doesn't quite got the energy to fly so aggressively. Back to novice. Apparently not using enough pipes to even make the pipes move. Seeing some motion on the green down here. Okay, and then I suppose the next... one thing we could do is we could try to get the yellow... well, yellow and the green going faster. So as it says, instead of working red up, even though I suppose we technically finished with red at this point, we can start working down instead. Okay, so we can directly make low-density structures, so let's just disassemble low-density structure bits. Or... well, yes, we're going to redesign all of this. That's what we're going to do. Nope, we got some damage. Oh, it's just damage on the space platform. There's nothing we can do about that other than let it finish. Oh, that's not what we want. That was whitelist only do. I want like blacklist. Okay. Blacklist. The ports and power poles because we basically want to delete everything else. So I should be able to do something like that, and it won't take my power poles. Won't take the backbone power poles and the roboports, so I'll be very aggressive with yoinking things. $3,000. Yeah, I might have queued a few things up. Just a few things. Oops. Well, a little bit of metal in the network's not going to be a problem. And then how's going the emptying down here? Apparently just not pulling enough engines. Pulling enough pipes. Green is mostly empty, which is good to see. Okay, and then we can do, using this thing, basically do the same hole. Out to there to start. Oh, Bob Tezel, can you request some bots and stuff? So, request me a Roboport, request me some of each type of bot. One for Gleba. Oh, and I want that copper to empty. See, we'll cut that bit. Actually, this bit over here is already... I didn't get it quick, close enough to, oops. The source. Not pulling evenly, but it is at least pulling and draining. Okay, so we know we're going to want to copy that much, basically. I'm going to need a little bit of iron to meet the requirements for you. Do we have all the... We do have all those in inventory, so I'll come run over there and manually build those ones. Oh, I also have the foundries, apparently. It's easy enough to do. Just drop the foundries, like so. So I need half a belt. We worked out we need 3 to make the whole belt work. So technically I need 2, I suppose. Yeah, that would work. Alright, so the rest of that should basically self-assemble. And that's all the wires. Okay, so that's a full replacement for the green circuits, in theory. So now I just need to do those, the gear belts. Which is not a design we've designed yet, so that'll have to be brand new, but that's easy enough to do. Easy enough to do. Okay, seeing how this is working. Very working pretty well. Working forward because right now I already got the feed to the... And so we need to finish the green up before we get too lost in the weeds trying to improve other sciences. Plus, I kind of want this cleaned up so we got the space to put the new stuff in. Yeah. It's about halfway cleaned up. Yeah, so it looks like the purple is the limiting factor. Could try to fix what's the problem with the purple. Oh, in practice, I think that's a little bit of shimmy to the left problem. None of those belts are full, so you're the belt that's struggling. Yeah, you're the belt that's struggling. That makes sense. That belt isn't working at all, so that would be a struggling belt, yeah. So, Twitch chat saying move the crafters one gap more apart. I assume you're talking about these ones. The green circuit maker. So in this case, this one's only supposed to be making half a belt, which is why I've got it all set up the way it is. It's making half a belt for half a belt of inserters. That would probably make more sense for fixing this one down here, which just works. I'm not going to redesign it. What you're saying does make sense, but this one, to fill up a whole yellow belt, I need 3, not 2. So you can't run it down the middle of... Yeah, if that makes sense. If I mess with the speed a little bit, like I toss a few speed modules or something like that, we could do it the way you're talking about. But there is a way it's not being done that, or a reason there it's not being done that way, and I'm not necessarily going to go and undo that at the moment. Okay, I don't actually think we need that specifically. I'm going to do a quick copy of you. Okay, well, now we're going to see if we can bring the iron down semi-nicely. And apparently, even though I've got the feed to the pipes, apparently just not using enough pipes at the moment. Oh, I suppose the only thing I'm running off the pipes is pipe production. That's fair. Okay, we'll just cut the pipes out. So the only thing I'm using pipes for, my OG bus pipe thing, is more pipes than... Yeah. Yeah, let's just clean the whole thing up. It'll work. It'll be fine. So just delete that, please. Then foundries is what we're going to do that production. So we're going to want one for you. Can we do straight from pipes for both underground and just underground? Okay, so the underground is going to need access to the foundry, ideally. Okay, I'll have to move the provider chest, but that'll be fine. Okay, so we want that to be the iron. Let's finish hooking you up to copper first. And a little bit of spaghetti. There we go, I got that hooked up to copper. Then we're going to do the same on the iron side. Iron right now is feeding there. And that's the iron connection we need over there. Oh, you're not in network because we slightly moved the stuff. Okay, that's easy to fix. Just move it over one by one. Pipeline has been overextended. Okay, that's presumably the oil and copper that I've overextended, which would be easy to fix. It's not that hard. I assume we got some pumps in the network, so we can do replace pump, drop. And then we'll do the same there. We'll make that the pump. Oh, and I have to remember I have to physically drop them off. Oops, a daisy. Alright, let's... don't have the pump on me, but let's do south and north different pump systems. So that's 3 liquid medic plants, 8 foundries. We've got plenty for the moment. Okay, so foundry. Ah, I'll need power poles. Those work. There we go. So that's running. Making our greens. We need to finish hooking it up to the network, of course, but it's easy enough to do. I suppose this actually needs to be another variety. There we go. Okay. So up here, I'm actually semi-surprised we haven't run out of stuff yet, but, yeah, semi-surprised we haven't run out of stuff. Okay, so that needs to be actual iron. Oh, and that needs... Okay, so we're gonna have to fully grab that. Delete that, delete that. Well, let's borrow the splitter merger combo. Okay, that'll feed the green back in. I'll let that clear out. Hook the wire... Yeah, we're gonna hook the gears up as well. so. So all I need to do is set up an alternative foundry for you, and it's 111, right? Costs board? Yes. So if it wants half a belt, I need to make a half belt of iron. A second. Which is technically... Oh, have I not put up foundries for iron yet? No, I've just been directly using all my iron, have I? Yeah, that's what it looked like. Well, there we go. Half of one of these. And it only needs to be half a belt, so we can just literally nick half the thing. Okay, so that'll be the replacement for that plate. So once these are empty, we'll reroute that into that one. You know, I should really stop being dumb about this. And find myself a storage chest to toss some of the bits that we want being built for us. So I can just let the bots do the delivery. A little bit harder to track when we've run out. But easier up until then. Okay. So now the bots should be able to deliver those for me. In theory, are in the process of delivering them for me. Okay. Belts. Placement for the belts. So that's going to be a foundry. Obviously. We probably don't need to run quite so far over to get over to here, because we've got a lot more space. We can right slide a bit. Makes 2 every half a second, and this works at 4 speed, so we need 1. 1. Okay. Okay. And then that means I need 1/4 of a belt of plate and gear. Because 1/2 a belt, that will be... I need basically the same speed to make you, right? Remember the math here? Yeah, so you one of these will work. I screwed the math over here. Initial success would imply not, but... Yeah, no, in theory I only need half of one of these, right? This makes 4 every second. This eats... 4, 8, 8's half a belt. Okay. I want to fill up half a belt here. So... Oh, to be fair, this is just making twice as much as I need. No, that's fine. That's fine, that makes sense. It's gonna make twice as much as we need, then we got twice as much as we need, yes. Okay, so now we're just waiting for that to empty out, which means we need to get this running, which means it's time to swap you out. Okay, so that's working. This down here is working. Oh, and running all this off of one pipe maker. Okay. That's how that's working. Yeah, arguably, I'm not sure how much of that we want to while we're really improving. Yeah, at this point we'd just be probably upgrading the rest of the mines like this, such that we're good for. Clearing them out and replacing them with foundries. Okay, so that's a steel foundry we just pulled out. So let's copy an existing steel foundry and just move it over. Design's slightly wider than what was there before, but I don't think it's too much of a problem. Especially seeing as we've, with the gears and the pipes, we've skipped over a bunch of iron requirements. Oh, and I suppose I'm doing direct feed iron on the green circuits as well, so iron demand is down pretty heavily across the base. Across the bus. Bus needs a lot less iron. Because what, that was 2 belts, 5 belts of iron less we need on the main bus. So direct feeding the molten iron into the gear and green circuit portions. Turn you off so the steel works its way out of the system. Don't think we can memory source, don't foundry brick. So just let the brick do the brick thing. And apparently that's actually all my belts that I've fixed. Where's the iron coming from? There. Well, that's actually maybe a statement about our iron demand right now. In the old base. The old base is running entirely off of 1 belt of iron. Yeah, whether that's because we're not running the old base very fast, or... Actually, technically it's running off of 2. But yeah, basically 2. Okay. Probably a statement that we're just not pulling very heavily on the old base. Which is fine. I think that's fine. Grand scheme of things. How's the tanks looking? Tanks are full. Okay. Tanks are full. We haven't worked through the belt yet. That's swapped over. Looking at the time, that's probably where we're going to go ahead and put a part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow, because I'm going to continue recording tonight. I'm just going to take a short break between parts. Might try to work on getting yellow going far better than the small artisanal one we have in the old base. While we're waiting for green to work through the belts. So until next time, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.